The product management job market is at a very interesting point right now in July 2024. Now, is it going to get better or worse? And what can you do to succeed? Keep watching to learn exactly what you should expect in this market. Hey, I'm Shobhit Chugh. I run Intentional Product Manager, the most successful product management career coaching company. I've coached thousands of product managers, and I'm going to share with you what it is that I've learned from seeing thousands of product managers looking for their dream role. Let's begin. Number one, we're at a very interesting point. The market is slowly but surely turning around. We're seeing more and more responses to applications, more offers, including 10 offers in one single week, starting to get more inbound outreaches from recruiters. And just in a coming week, we have 9 people interviewing at Amazon. 9. That was a number that we never even saw during the pandemic. So the market seems to be showing early signs of turning around. But second, it's still very employer favored. Don't assume that now suddenly you start getting all these jobs. There are 10 plus qualified candidates, extremely qualified for every job. 1,000 applicants plus for every job. Just meeting the requirements, it's not going to be sufficient. There's a lot of people who can meet the requirements. What is critical is standing out. The boring, I have 10 years of work experience, that's just not gonna cut it. Boring is dead. Standing out is king right now. You have to entertain, you have to engage your interviewers, the people who are referring you. You gotta really stand out. Which brings us to the next point, point number 3. The easy apply model is just as useless as ever. I see a lot of product managers submit tons of applications, and the response rate they see is typically less than 2% when applying on the company sites, LinkedIn, anyway. Just online applications are not working. We've even seen people manually apply to 6,500 jobs, and some even set up automations to apply to 26,000 and hardly have anything to show for it. Why? Well, let's understand the psychology here. As a hiring manager, do you really want to be going through thousands of resumes, trying to pick out a few people that might be a good fit? But what if your colleague comes to you and says, hey, this person might be the perfect one for this job? You're like, oh, okay, well, send me the resume. I'll take a detailed look at the resume, interview them probably. So that's what works. But there's another point about the resume. Number 4, layoffs and gaps in the resume matter less than ever. See, most hiring managers, recruiters right now, they don't even see a layoff as much of a negative. I mean, so many product managers have had breaks of 6 months, a year, and still landed plum roles with us. So gaps don't matter. So many people have gone through layoffs. What really matters is your psychology and how you feel about the gap. If you feel that it was your mistake, that you failed, that will show up. That will absolutely show up in your interviews and everything. The outer world is what happens there is a reflection of what's going on in here and in here. So keep that in mind. Gaps don't matter, but if you feel embarrassed about it, they really matter. Now, even with all the gaps, one thing people often ask me is about compensation. Here's the thing. Top companies are still paying top dollar. We've seen offers that exceeding any at that level in the past. Meanwhile, companies that are kind of mediocre in product management, they're applying the squeeze and trying to negotiate salaries lower. So in some sense, the compensation is going up and down. The gap is just widening. The market is expanding in terms of the ranges of compensation at any particular level. If you're enjoying this content so far, make sure to hit the like and the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next video that we put out. This next part, knowing and positioning yourself is the key to success. Look, being an accomplished product manager, accomplished product leader is not enough. The product managers who have done well understand where they can position themselves uniquely suited for that job. This is strategy. Strategy is all about what you want and who wants you. So if you can clearly understand where you have an outstanding, outsized advantage, almost an unfair advantage as compared to others, that's where you'll succeed. So product managers who work with us, They build unique pitches and they break through the noise. There's so much noise that you gotta just get through. Stand out. But standing out doesn't happen by going through the applicant tracking system. Number 7, your best way is to go around applicant tracking system, the ATS. Don't try to stuff in keywords and do all these things and try to figure out, hey, how do I get just a little bit percentage increase? Instead, learn how to network effectively, something we spend a lot of time on. Leverage other people's networks. Get referrals. Build advocates at that company. Even if the hiring manager is not your advocate, you might have other advocates. In fact, just recent case, somebody asked me from our program, please help them network at a company, get a referral. I reached out to someone, connected them. Well, that person actually ends up being the hiring manager. And there's a pretty good chance this person is getting interviewed, and if they do well, there's a pretty good chance they'll get the role. So, using networks is so much more important, because back to the earlier point, which hiring manager or recruiter for that matter wants to go through thousands of resumes to find something that's a good fit? That just doesn't work. What else doesn't work? Certificates. So certificates are as useless as ever. Only do courses for your own learning growth. Certified Scrum Master, Product Owner, whatever. Nobody cares a damn about it. All they care about is your work experience and how you position yourself for that role. Displaying any certificate in your LinkedIn just signifies intent. That, hey, okay, this person's interested in this, not competence. And some certificates actually carry negative weight. For example, SAFe training. Why? Because SAFe training is often used by, you should listen to Marty Kagan on this, but they're often used by companies that are not really good at product management. They're just trying to sort of force some sort of process. So they actually carry negative weight. So if certificates don't work, applicants who stand out rather than fitting in to win. So use unconventional techniques. We have now started to teach so much about other areas like copywriting, sales, marketing, content creation, applied to the product management job market. That is what helps candidates succeed. Just following the script of apply and pray just does not work. Now, here's the last thing. A lot of people don't consider this. Above all, job search is a mental game. Mental strength is greater than everything else. Confidence and optimism rule the job search. And here's the deal. You can change it. We work a lot on mindset, on your psychology, along with your strategy and your tactics. Because if your mindset is good, it is not always positive, but what we call strong mindset, you're likely to win. And we've seen those victories. These are the kinds of things we see from people who have these qualities. You see people jump from senior PM to staff product manager, senior PM to director, managing people now, getting 6 to 8 interviews a week after not getting anything before, getting their first product management job, getting their first director job, getting their first VP job. So, to sum up, stop doing this spray and pray, figure out where you can stand out and build unconscious competence in positioning yourself uniquely to that role. Stand out, don't fit in, and build a community to support you through this process and go big. You want to be one of our next success stories? Make sure you book a call with us. I've left a QR code for you to scan. Go to our apply page, book time with us, and chat about your career and your journey to your dream product management role.